Hello and welcome. It's so glad to be back. It just seems like forever. I know it has only been a couple of months, but wow, what so much has happened for us in this space in a couple months. So, my colleagues will be joining me directly, and we're here today to talk to you. Hi, guys, how are you? And we're just waiting for Ali. We're here today to talk to you in and around the Healing Through Love show. So we're just waiting. Hi, Ali. How are you? Oh, it just seems like forever, doesn't it, guys?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, so glad to be back. I've missed you.
I've missed you guys too. You can see we really enjoy the process, guys. And welcome to the Healing Through Love show. So we're here to increase awareness within the community about providing family and domestic violence survivors with a soft place to land and to offer advice on services available to those survivors and their families.
Yeah, and we have many local businesses and service people who generously pay it forward at our Pamper Day events, which we hold on an annual basis.
So each week on this show, what we do is we interview experts and survivors who share their personal stories and also advice on those to those who have experienced abuse. So no matter where you are on your personal journey.
Excellent. So glad to have you here in this space. And to kick off this year, what we've decided to do is have a chat about the history here about Healing Through Love, how we got here, what is our big vision, what we're here to do, and how you can be part of our vision and making a soft place to land for those who are survivors of family and domestic violence. Well, it was back in March 2018. I got a phone call from Natasha Olson, and I'd known Natasha for a while. I'd had a couple of business coaching sessions with her, and she was very, very keen because now she's actually working with the Marion Council, and they asked each of the people that was working in the leadership program to come up with a project that they could actually do in the community. So she called to say, hey, look, I'm looking, you know how we had that conversation last year about creating a Pamper Day. We've got someone who wants to support us in this space. Can we catch up and have a conversation? So there was just three of us at the conversation, and it was held at the pub. And we came up with a concept of how this could work, what it would look like, and what we would need to move forward. Well, very, very quickly, and the conversation lasted several hours, but very, very quickly we realized this was a bit bigger than Ben-Hur, and that in order to do this, we're going to need lots of volunteers, we're going to need lots of specialists in different areas. So then the very next phone call I made, in fact, I hadn't even managed to get home, the very first phone call was to Rose Davidson, because I've been in Rose's proximity for quite some time, working in and around admin and helping her in her space and her helping me in my space. And I'm like, Rose, look, we've got this great idea. It's just right up your alley. This is our vision. What we want to do is create these beautiful Pamper Days. We're asking members of the community who are in a position to pay it forward and make a difference by offering a service and creating this soft place to land. And what it looks like is like an expo. Yes, and something a little bit more, where they'd walk in the door and have an opportunity to get products for free, everything that we could find that we could donate to them, and have their own little goodies, just to get them in the right space to see that they can actually get things for free, and just to see that they can change their self-worth in that space. And then go round the room and experience fantastic things, personal things like hand massages, neck and shoulder massages, their hair done, their makeup done, all of these things that we miss out when we're in that place where it's not safe for us. So we had this great conversation, and then Rose came in. So Rose, I'd love you to tell us a little bit more about what happened when you jumped in, which was about April.
Yeah, it was about April in 2018, and there was just so much to do. A web page to make, a Facebook page to make, groups to make, people to get on board, exhibitors to get on board, paperwork to do, and just sourcing volunteers. It was like, in 6 weeks, we managed to pull it all off. It was just an amazing, amazing time, but so, so busy. And, so blessed to have the SA Aquatic Centre come on board and allow us to use their venue for the event for that day. And to all the exhibitors who came along, and we had 25, I think, for that event, and we had dancing and we had singing and we had speakers. It was just a huge, huge day, and it was just an amazing time. And we decided that we'd just keep doing them because it was such a success the first time. And so we had one in 2019, and that was at the Playford Uniting Church. And although not quite as successfully attended, because I think the weather was against us on that day because it was actually pouring with rain. However, the ladies who did attend just came to us with such warmth, and they were hugging us. And this is where Ellie came on board, because she asked us, could she become part of the Healing Through Love movement? And I know that Sharlene has a beautiful story to tell about one of the ladies who turned up, the lady that didn't have any hair. And I'd really like you to share that story, Sharlene, with us, please, because it's such a special story of what can happen to somebody, who attends our Pamper Day events.
Oh gosh, every time I think of this story, I cry, and I'm just reaching for my tissues now, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
Because it moved us into a completely different direction. So it was very early in the day, and I'm sitting down. So my history is I'm a beauty consultant. So even though I do other things now, I was doing hand massages in that space. So my table was the very, very first table, and I could see everybody walking in. So I could see Rose greeting everyone beautifully and then giving them the little bag so they can go shopping and all the information they needed and the raffle tickets. And then they walk up to the shop. So the shop is like an op shop. You've got clothes, handbags, shoes, you've got jewelry, makeup, skincare, everything that you could imagine a woman needs is here at the little shop. And there she's standing, this woman with no hair. She's standing, and she's just, well, she had hair, but it was very, very short. She's standing there and like a crew cut, standing there and just looking at the clothes and looking at the handbags. And she was just completely still, and she wasn't breathing very well. Like, she was breathing very, very shallow, and you could just see that she was just shaking a little bit because the bag itself was shaking. And I didn't know what the challenge was, but I just knew that she was not in a comfortable place. So I came up to her and I nuzzled up next to her like I like to do. And I said, you can come back and go shopping afterwards. Why don't you come down? And I've got no one sitting with me. Why don't you come down and I'll give you a hand massage, and it'll be heaps of fun. And I took her by the hand and I walked her to my table nice and slowly. I walked her to my table. We sat down and we started the hand massage. So during this hand massage, they sit on one side of the table, I sit on the other, and we go through and do an exfoliant on their hands and then do a beautiful hand massage with a moisturizing cream. So while I had her hand in mine and I'm massaging it, we're gently having a conversation, and then it becomes a little bit more robust. And, she's got this crew cut hair, and I get to the point where I ask her, so tell me, what was happening for you while you were standing there staring at the shop? Like, I could see that you were frozen, and, and that's why I came up and nuzzled next to you. And she said, I just couldn't make a choice. I just didn't know where to start. What you need to know is that for the longest time, more than a decade, I haven't been able to make a choice about anything. I haven't been able to make a choice about the underwear I wear. I haven't been able to make a choice about the clothes that I wear, what I eat, where I go. And I just wasn't able to make a choice. There were just too many choices in front of me. And I'm choking while she's telling me the story. And then she goes on to say that her hair has been shaved off for more than the last 10 years. So she was completely bald. And that this is the first time, and she was so proud of her very short hair. It's the first time in more than 10 years that she had hair. So she was looking forward to going over there and seeing what the hairdresser was going to be able to do with her very, very short hair. But it paints a picture of the help that we supply for these people and the soft place that we create to land for them when these girls have got nothing. They're in a position where they're not given choices. And here they are in a beautiful, loving environment where they can have their tarots read, they can have their hair done, they can have their hands done, they can have their makeup done, skincare, all sorts of body healings, including kinesiology and Reiki. And, you know, for them to have all of this, at the end of the day, she went and she was cuddling people to say thank you. And this went from a person who was just frozen to be able to make a decision to a woman who really felt quite comfortable in her skin and quite comfortable to say and speak and really let her guard down. So, yeah, every time I tell that story, I have to get tissues. Thanks, Rose, for bringing that one up. So we're the rest of the colleagues back onto the screen now, and that gives you an indication. I know, right? They took themselves off because they had to fix their faces up. But yeah, Rose, if you can just tell us a little bit more about that that second event, and then yeah, Ali, I'd love you to tell the story about how you jumped in and what happened.
Yeah, the second event, apart from that beautiful story, is I don't know. We had actually a minister of religion there, and that was a really a good place for people to go to you know, find their peace, I guess. And we also had people there from Alcoholics Anonymous, and we had people there from Al-Non as well. And this year we will be having those same people, as well as some people from Zara will be in attendance, and we are still looking for someone from Human Services to come and give some advice, and someone from SAPOL too. We've had them previously. We had them in their first year and our second year, and we're hoping that they'll come along again. And because the laws have changed in South Australia since our first and second Pamper Days, as far as you know, the domestic violence laws and what perpetrators are not allowed to do anymore, it would be useful for them to come and give a little talk, or just be there in that space to give some advice to our ladies. And yeah, this year we're so looking forward to having a few different types of modalities there. I know that a lot of ladies have asked to come on board, so yeah, it's going to be a really, really exciting time. Ali, now it's your turn. Could you please, I'm going to turn my head that way. Could you please tell us, I know that in 2019 you were so excited and so, I don't know, just loved the space so much, because I know you come from the space of domestic violence as well, and you just loved what was happening. Could you just share with us, please, why you wanted to become involved, and you know, and you know, what you've brought to us, because I know it's been a lot.
Thanks, Rose. Thanks, Sharlene. Yeah, and as you like, I was thinking, Rose, actually back to the time when we first met. It was at a networking event, and I remember it was in a little coffee shop, and Rose and I just got chatting, and you mentioned to me that you were a supporter of survivors of domestic violence, and that conversation alone has not only led me into what I'm doing now, but it's kind of helped with my passion in itself through healing through love. And you know, we kind of developed a little bit of a connection. So when I saw Rose, and of course Sharlene, you and I, we met at an event as well, and when I saw that you ladies were running Healing Through Love, and this was in 2019 was when I saw it, I thought to myself, as a survivor myself, and it also as someone who at the time in 2019, I was still very much on my own recovery journey from someone who had experienced sexual harassment in the workplace. So, you know, it was another form of abuse, if you like. So I was very much on a recovery journey from that experience. So to attend the Pamper Day at the church in 2019 was not only something for me that meant so much because of where I was, and I'm getting teary as I'm saying this, it meant so much for me because of where I was in my own life. But I could also walk in and I witnessed so many other beautiful survivors, and you know how you were. When you say it's a Pamper Day, it is a Pamper Day. I also sat and listened to some speakers that were talking, and they were sharing their own survival journeys. And the whole day through, I just thought, I could not help but think, I have to get involved somehow, however that might be. Whether I come, for me, it was whether I come next year as an exhibitor myself, whether I come as a volunteer, however it is, I thought I have to be involved. And I think I ran up to you at the end, Rose, and I said, I don't know how, but you have to, that I have to be involved. I just, please, I think I got to the point where I was begging you, please let me be involved in this somehow next year. So for me, it was a few months, not too long after that, it was in about, I think, September 2019, when you guys came to me and you asked if I would like to be involved. And I didn't hesitate, because I could, as I said, I could see what had happened for the other ladies, and I knew what, the love behind what you ladies were doing. And I didn't hesitate to say, yes, I want to be involved. So I feel privileged as the latest member of Healing Through Love to now, be involved. And it's something that means a lot to me. And, I do this from, as we all do, all three of us, I think, hoping you're going to come back on screen in a minute, but I think all three of us do this, from our hearts, because we obviously all have our own stories, and it just means so much to me. And I love that we get to help the people that we do.
Absolutely.
It's so true. And
Crying.
I know. The reason, guys, why we cry is that each of us individually have our own stories in and around family and domestic violence, and we are survivors, and we've trod the journey of the hero, and now we're at the other side, and we dedicate our lives to making a difference in this space. So each of us have our own things to do, our own businesses. We're all individually either coaches or we have fascinating lives outside of all of this. Yes, and in everything that we do every day, we're here to empower people to be everything that they can possibly be. And because we've come from this space ourselves, we know what's possible. We know what's possible. It doesn't matter how bad it is, what the story is. We know that there is hope, and each of us, now I'm going to cry too, and each of us are a shining light. I'm going to say it. We're shining lights in this space because we're shining a light for others to move through the process. And that is really the core issue here, is that the people that we interview, the people that are on this platform with us, the people that come to the event, a large majority of them have either had firsthand experience or in the proximity of it. And they are passionate about making a difference and paying it forward for other people. And that's why we are so blessed to have this channel, this opportunity, not just the Be Live TV and supported by My Time TV, but on top of that, to have the Pamper Days where we can pay it forward to those who need it the most. Yeah. So we're looking forward to the next event. And Ali, because you've just done a walk around at the next event, could you just tell us a little bit about the location and why is this one going to be different than the one before, and where is it located? That'd be great.
Sure. I am excited because literally last week I went to 19 on Green at Brompton, which is where we are having our next Pamper Day on May the 22nd on a Saturday. And the beautiful Michael Abbott, who is the connection with 19 on Green, just allowed me to go and take a few videos to kind of let you know what this space is all about. So the way it differs from I think it was the Playford Community Centre, sorry if I got that wrong. The way it differs from the last place we held the Pamper Days is it's got a few different separated spaces. So it's not one big space. So we have got this whole centre that that has been donated to us for the day. It is incredible. So if you go onto YouTube, on our YouTube channel, you can actually see the video that the beautiful Rose has put together, and you can see that there's a bigger space. There's a fully functioning kitchen in which we will be able to provide some morning tea and things like that. There's spaces for information services, and it flows out into this beautiful undercover area where if we need to, we can put people out there as well. There is smaller rooms where we can have people who might be doing makeup and doing people's hair and maybe hand massages or whatever it might be in a smaller room, but it's still quite a large room. So things like that might just need that little bit more privacy. There's rooms for that as well. So there's a room where we can put people who are maybe doing massage, or they might be doing Reiki. There's another, I was thinking this through in my brain, there's another room where we're going to hold our clothing stall, which is going to be like corporate clothing. So if you are a lady who you're a survivor who might need an outfit to maybe for a job interview, or you have a court date or a mediation date, or whatever it is that you need an outfit for, we have got shoes, we've got clothes, we've got jewelry. I just went through a heap of my jewelry and saved it to give away, to donate to Healing Through Love, because I just know that I'm getting all teary again. I just know that these are things that when you come from that situation, that often we don't get to hold on to. So it is a very, very exciting space. It is all COVID safe, of course, and the beautiful Michael, as I said, he works for Charles Sturt, and they are donating this centre to us for the entire day. So we are so very grateful to 19 on Green. It is a beautiful, beautiful space. Oh, there you are. Hello again, Rose.
Hello, that was fantastic. That's a great share. I'm so excited. This one is going to be unique because we've got those beautiful rooms that can give you that privacy and still have all of the other fun and exciting things happening. So if you're listening to today, then you're going to fall into one of three categories. And so let me just go through. So either yourself, you are a survivor. And it doesn't have to be recent. It can be in the past. It's still always paying it forward. Yes. So if you're a survivor, then we would love to have you attend. Now the dates is the 22nd of May. It's at 11 a.m. and it goes till 4. So we'd love to have you in that space if you're a survivor. Now, if you're not a survivor yourself, but you have a friend or a member of the family that is a survivor, please share the love with them. Let them know about it. The event is on our Facebook page, and we can quickly put them on our email list so that we can send them more details as well. So that's number one, survivor, either yourself or friends and family. Number two is if you have got a soft spot for this space and you're either a survivor yourself or you have a real deep understanding and a level of compassion for everything in this space, we would love for you to be one of our exhibitors. We do have a few spots left and we're looking for exhibitors that can provide some type of service. Now, a service can be a broad range of things. So a service can be a tarot reading, a service can be ministering to somebody, a service can be Reiki, a service can be kinesiology, a service can be chakra aligning, a service can be facial, makeup, hairdressing, nail painting. Like the service can be anything as long as it's something that the person can have as part of a pampering. So we've had people before that have been counsellors, and yes, that wasn't appropriate to put in that space, but what they did is they painted people's nails. So that's easy. So even if that's not what you do, it's okay. If you've got something that can support this community, then as long as you do some sort of physical activity, then we can have you there as an exhibitor. We had one lady who made candles, beautiful beautiful, exquisite candles. Yes, and that wasn't something that she could do as a service. So what she did instead is she did foot baths for people, and they soaked their feet in some of her beautiful aromatherapy oils that she uses to create the candles. So look, if you think this might be a place for you and you fit into our second category, which is someone who wants to be an exhibitor, and you're not 100% sure, look, reach out to myself, Ali, or Rose, and we can just see what you do in your space and how that can relate to what we've got happening on the day. So there's that. We're also, so the third one is an advocate. So if this is a passionate place for you to be and you want to make a difference, then share our information, share it with people, invite other people, and become an advocate of us in this space. And the other one, which I probably didn't mention, is actually jumping on and being interviewed. So even if you're not local, even if you're anywhere else in the world, you can still jump on this space here and share an opportunity with us once a week at Tuesday lunchtime, Adelaide time. There, and you can be our lunchtime guest, and we can interview you in the space of what it is that you do for your community to make a difference, and share tips and techniques and strategies around becoming a survivor and how to move into that space. And we would love to share this opportunity with you. So again, contact us, either one of us here, or reach out to our Facebook page, and we would love to interview you in this space. And it would be a blessing and a joy to have you. So, girls, I think that we're almost done. We've had a fabulous time together. Look at us. We chat.
Yeah, I've posted the links to the YouTube video so people can have a look and see what the space is like. I've also posted a link for the attendee registrations, which are on Eventbrite. And I've also posted our email address. So if people want to reach out to us through our email address, then they can do that as well.
Can I just do a little brief commercial break, Rose?
You can.
Guys, if you want to be in this space and you're really keen on being interviewed, but the whole concept of being interviewed live just scares the bejeevers out of you on every level, that's okay. I get that. And we're all smiling because we get it too. And we're laughing too, in fact, because we remember what it was like beforehand. Guys, I run a regular weekly program for mastering communication for video and teach you great tools and techniques. I know Ali's been and Rose has been. It's a great 90 minutes. You learn heaps. It's free. So just find that. We post it everywhere. Come along and be our guest. And just enjoy the process of learning how to present to camera, because it will make you feel more comfortable, and it will also, if you're running a business, it will definitely help you in your business space. Is that everything, Rose?
I think so. I think we're just about to wrap up. Yeah. And I just wanted to, I love you all and I miss you. I hate being in a different state than you. It's not the same.
That's okay. My plan is to come to Tasmania very soon.
I know. I'm looking forward to it. I know, because we have plans.
We do have plans. Guys, it's been a wonderful occasion. We want to give a special thanks to our sponsors. So our sponsors are My Time TV through the Be Live app, and we could not do this without them. If you're looking for a live streaming application, it is the best one to use. It is so simple. It's like Canva, but more fun with movable parts. So if you're looking for a live streaming app, it's definitely the one to use. And My Time TV is the place to broadcast.
Definitely is. Thank you. And I want to thank you to our sponsors and to you two lovely ladies for joining us and being you. I miss you.
So glad to be back here and love with you.
All right. Till next week, everyone. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you again soon, ladies.
You've got this. Bye for now.
Bye.